I am driving, which I'm sure you can see, and it's dark, which is obvious too, and it's getting close to midnight, which is why it's dark, and I'm in Alabama. I'm on I-65, and I'm coming from Sylacauga, which is a place that I did not know of before tonight. I saw Finding Favor and Curse Fly and You're Not Alone and down here on the You're Not Alone tour. That's what I meant to say. And now I'm heading north to go back to Tennessee, to go back home to Murfreesboro. And I was just thinking about driving, which I suppose is appropriate since I am driving. And I do this a lot. Small road trips, and I drive back home very late in the dark in unfamiliar places on a pretty regular basis. And even though it is dark and it's hard to see and I'm in an unfamiliar place, don't exactly know where I'm going, which I do have a GPS now over there, which you can probably see in the frame, I think, which is helpful because I feel more confident about not getting lost. But even when I do get lost, and even though I wonder sometimes about whether or not I'm going to be able to stay awake and alert, which alert is more important than awake. Sometimes I'm awake, but I'm not paying attention at all to what's happening. And even though I get home late, which this time I'm probably not going to make it back home until a little after 2, sometime around 2 o'clock. And even though I usually have to get up and go somewhere the next day, school most of the time, which is what it'll be tomorrow. I have music theory pretty early in the morning I have to go to, and I need to be able to be awake for that and able to make intelligent comments and be able to decipher the music in front of me. Even despite all of that, like, tiring part of it, getting home late and getting up early and not getting much sleep and wondering if I'm going to get lost and all that fun stuff. I like my drives, my little road trips that I make on a fairly regular basis. They give me an opportunity to spend some time by myself and to let my mind wander, give my mind a break and think about things that I don't get a chance to think about very often. I do get a lot of time by myself, and my family can testify to that, but I'm always by myself doing something, constantly moving from one thing to another, something important that I'm having to focus on. Homework most of the time, thinking about a book I'm reading, or a paper I'm supposed to write, or a piece of music that I'm supposed to analyze, or any number of things. But when I'm driving, all I'm focusing on is driving and the road, because I can't do anything else. when I'm in the car. Can't read a book, because then I wouldn't see what's in front of me, and I would run into something and crash, which we don't need. And so while I'm watching the road and watching the cars around me, making sure that I'm staying safe and watching my speed, trying to make sure I don't drive too fast or drive too slow, which I sometimes have a bad habit of doing. Go way under the speed limit. And then I look and I'm like, oh, this is the 15 speed limit mile zone. And I'm going 30. So I can go faster than that. So as long as I'm watching those things, I have an opportunity to let my mind wander and get some good thinking in. I also sing a lot in the car, particularly when I am by myself, like I am now. And today, I was thinking that it was a pretty good thing that I was by myself. Sometimes I do wish, in all of my driving, that when there's not somebody in the car with me, I do wish that there was. That way I would have somebody to talk to. But today, probably a good thing that I was alone. Because I did some bad singing. Like, that was probably some of the worst car karaoke that has ever come from me. And it would have been kind of embarrassing. It probably would have been fun. Like, I wouldn't have cared. But, people would have gotten to hear me, my voice crack, and all that good stuff happened. But, anyway, I like my driving. So, as long as I have time, and I have the resources to be able to put gasoline in my tank, as long as my car is running, and it's not on the verge of breaking down, and as long as I have some place to go, some people to visit, or something to do, then I am going to keep driving. It's good. And I have about 120 miles on this next stretch. Then I'm going to get on 840 and go back to Murfreesboro. So, a couple more hours, and I'll be home. I do like going home.